Remember when adults told you, just work hard, save your money, and one day you'll buy a house? Yeah, that was adorable. See, back then, owning a home was considered the final stamp of adulthood, a cute little reward for surviving your 20s. Your parents did it, your grandparents did it, even the weird uncle who collected ceramic frogs somehow owned two houses. But today, you, with your full time job, two side hustles, and a caffeine addiction that could power a small city, can't even afford the garage of the house your parents bought in 1992. And it's not because you don't budget right or buy too many coffees or whatever boomers love saying, it's because the system has changed and not in your favor. Welcome to the video. Let's break down exactly why your dream home is now an overpriced hostage situation. Let's go back in time for a moment. The year is 1985. A new house costs around $60,000. A single salary could pay the mortgage. People bought homes in their 20s like they were buying toaster ovens. Fast forward to today, that exact same house now costs $650,000 plus, except salaries didn't grow like that. In fact, your paycheck grew slower than the plants in your living room if you compare house prices to income. Back then, 3 years of salary equals house. Today, 12 to 15 years of salary, maybe half of a bathroom. You are not imagining it. Your parents weren't financial geniuses. They were simply playing on easy mode. But around the late 1990s and early 2000s, something changed, something big. And this change would make buying a home not just harder, but almost impossible for future generations. So, what happened? Change number one, money printing began to reshape everything. When countries abandoned the gold standard, money became easier to create, and asset prices, especially housing, started rising faster than wages. Change number two, financial deregulation. Banks could suddenly lend more, take bigger risks, package mortgages into exotic financial products, and offload the risk onto everyone except themselves. Change number three, the 2008 financial crisis. This is when the system fundamentally broke. Banks gambled with mortgage debt, the entire housing market collapsed, and instead of letting the market reset, governments stepped in and artificially inflated housing again. They created cheap money, near zero interest rates, and quantitative easing, which made borrowing cheap and pushed house prices to new highs. Change number four, a decade of easy money, 2009 to 2021. Investors poured billions into real estate, buying thousands of homes at a time. Ordinary buyers never stood a chance. Change number five, rates suddenly spiked again. Mortgages doubled. Monthly payments exploded, but prices didn't fall because supply was so tight. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just living in an economy where the rules changed quietly and no one told you. Here's the uncomfortable truth: a home is no longer a place to live, it's a financial asset. And once that shift happened, the incentives changed forever. Banks earn more when loans are bigger, investors earn more when houses appreciate, developers earn more from luxury units, not starter homes, landlords earn more when rent increases. Corporations earn more when housing remains scarce. Meanwhile, wages barely moved. Housing supply didn't grow. Zoning laws blocked new construction. Hedge funds bought entire neighborhoods. Airbnb swallowed large portions of housing stock. For your parents, buying a home was a milestone. For you, it's a competitive sport against million-dollar institutions. You're not losing because you're irresponsible. You're losing because the housing system is rigged. What you can actually do now, the part they don't tell you. No, homes will not magically become cheap again. No, the market will not return to normal. Normal is gone. But here's what does work today: 1. House hacking, renting rooms, duplex strategy, Airbnb arbitrage. 2. Moving to cheaper regions. Most wealth today is built through geo arbitrage. 3. Building online income streams. The modern world rewards skill, not geography. 4. Renting instead of buying strategically. Renting is not throwing money away. Paying 12 months of rent is often cheaper than paying 30 years of debt. 5. Investing your savings instead of hoarding for a down payment. If the market outruns your ability to save, you must outrun the market. 6. Understanding the game. Instead of blaming yourself, you are not failing. You're living in an economic environment fundamentally different from the one your parents grew up. And once you learn the rules, you can finally stop playing on hard mode